It's Friday night. You just got off work and you haven't eaten the whole day. So you decided to treat yourself to something big at a nearby restaurant. You shamble down the street, drag your feet around the corner toward the restaurant, push through the heavy doors, only to be greeted by a long line of hungry customers waiting to be seated. 30 minutes passed and you're finally seated, but couldn't muster the energy to flip through the menu because you know another half hour will pass before your food is delivered. Then, as if sent from heaven, your server dropped by with a glass of water and a basket of warm, soft bread, saving you from a near-death experience. That's right, we're talking about the free baskets of bread served at the few selected fine dining restaurants as well as popular chain restaurants such as Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory, and Red Lobster. But did you know that this practice, or tradition, is actually on the decline? In this video, we will explore why some restaurants offer free bread to their customers and why some restaurants are shying away from such tradition. Let's first discuss the benefits of offering free bread to your customers. Hospitality. Offering free bread to your guests demonstrates a gesture of hospitality. It makes them feel welcomed. It makes them feel special. That no matter what they order, big or small, they will be treated with the same respect as every other diners in the room. Wait time. Offering free bread alters your customers' perception of time. One of the major complaints in the restaurant industry is how slow the food is served. When the customers are hungry and your kitchen is backed up on a busy Friday night, a hot basket of bread will take their minds off the delay. In fact, there was a classic case of people complaining about the speed of the elevator inside a building. Despite upgrading all the components and decreasing the overall wait time during peak hours, users were still complaining about the speed. It was concluded that the complaints were the result of boredom, so mirrors were installed to direct their attentions away from the short wait. And guess what? Soon after installing the mirrors, the complaints came to a halt. Inducing hunger and thirst. Offering free bread actually makes your customers hungrier, so they will order more food, thirstier, so they will order more drinks. Wait a minute, how does eating bread make you hungrier? Yeah, pretty weird, right? Well, that's science for you. Foods such as bread, pretzel, white rice, kids' cereals, and fruit juice consist of simple carbohydrates that are easily broken down in your body, causing your blood sugar level to spike. When that happens, your pancreas releases a hormone called insulin to lower the blood sugar level by absorbing the glucose to use as energy for your muscle, or storing it as fat. Now, the production of insulin doesn't just shut off automatically when the sugar level in your blood returns to its normal state. More insulin continue to be released in anticipation of more sugar coming in from your intestine. This causes your blood sugar level to drop even further, causing you to crash and leaving you more hungry and lethargic. Reciprocity. An act of generosity can go a long way. Customers who benefited from the free bread will feel obligated to make additional purchases to return the favor. Now, let's take a look at the downsides of offering free bread. Cost. Free bread costs money, and if you factor in all the aspects in the bread making process, it's also pretty labor intensive. The ingredients might be cheap, but making it is very time consuming. Nobody wants to be served a basket of cold, stale bread. We all want the hot, fresh, fluffy roll of bread. And how does the restaurant achieve that? By constantly baking new batches of bread and throwing away the cold ones, or to make croutons and bread puddings with them. Now, it's true that the free bread is offset by higher menu prices, which is why you will likely only see free bread in fine dining restaurants. But with the cost of item ever increasing, restaurants will need to try to keep its head above the water by raising prices on the menu. But when the price of food increases, it is usually met with an uproar from the customers. Ultimately, a restaurant is left with three choices. Cease handing out free bread completely, hand out free bread only when the customer is asked, or charge the customers for the bread. Satiation. Some bread might be able to kick off the process of insulin production, but when a customer indulges on too much free bread, he will probably skip the appetizers altogether. This is why some restaurants only deliver the bread after an order is taken. Darn millennials. Those darn millennials. Seriously. Before their conception, the baby boomers were all enjoying the hot loaves of bread handed out free at restaurants. Now they barge into the scene and complain about how they are going on a low-carb diet, that they can't eat the bread because it will make them fat. Some people even bring their own food scales to restaurants to count their calories. Can you freaking believe that? Needless to say, some of the bread wind up in the trash, untouched. Unfreaking believable. Now, it's understandable that some people are allergic to products that contain gluten, hence the wasted bread. With food wastage on the rise, and the consumers being ever more health conscious, it's no wonder why so many restaurants are dropping out from this traditional practice of hospitality. So, do you think restaurants should continue to serve free bread to their customers, or should they start charging their customers for it? Let us know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.